Hello and welcome back. I am jeffgrantMEDIA, and today's real user review, we are going to take a look at the Anvil Goral collab SMUGS in the blood core leather. Now, Goral did send me these as a sample for review, but all the opinions in this video are mine and mine alone. It does not share the contents of this video with Anvil or Goral product publication. They will see this when you do. And just that, there is an affiliate link in the description box down below. If you're considering buying these shoes or any other product from Goral, please consider using that link. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but it does earn a small commission for that sale. And all that money goes back in the channel to help me produce more content so consumers can make informed purchasing decisions. So, I love these shoes. I'm not gonna lie, right up top, they were great, incredibly comfortable, very reminiscent of something that we will compare them to a little bit later on. But I really wanted to take a look at the blood core. So when Goral reached out to me and asked me if I was interested in working with them, I said, absolutely, I love all of your products. Everything looks rad. But the thing that I'm personally most interested in is your collab with Anvil in the blood core, because I really love that leather. It looks great, it feels great, and I would love to test out your SMUGS in that leather. And they said, yeah, sure, no problem. You just gotta wait until they're made, because these are handmade in small batches in England. So I believe they make a full size run. I don't know how many they make in each pair, but these are done in batches. So they will make a size run and sell them, and then when they're out, you basically get waitlisted until they remake them. And I will say it is worth the wait. These are awesome, incredibly great shoes, so incredibly comfortable. Now, I did not get any real damage or scuffs on either of these, but I have been wearing these hard and heavy, and we have had some pretty ridiculous weather here lately. We've gone from wind chills of -15 to -25, and then yesterday it was nearly 60 degrees. We've had a foot or more of snow. It was nearly 60 degrees yesterday. Now there's a dusting of snow outside right now. It's about 27 degrees. Crazy shifts in weather. We've had rain, we've had snow, we have had freezing temperatures, we've had very what feels like at this point very warm temperatures, and I've had these on my feet in all of it. I will say I've also been testing a pair of boots the same time as these, and I'm not gonna lie, I've definitely been favoring the Goral sneakers because these SMUGS are just amazing. They're so incredibly comfortable. Now, again, I don't have any big scuffs on them, but the reason I went with the blood core, both in the wallet that I'm testing out and the shoes, is because once this does start to get scuffed up, it looks amazing. So here's a little clip from Anvil, courtesy of them. This is why they are called blood core and what they will look like once they get nicely beaten up. Now, while I didn't baby these sneakers, wearing them in the conditions I wore them in, I didn't go out and abuse them. These are a $430 pair of sneakers, so I wasn't going to beat them up and scratch them up, especially since I had already asked permission of Anvil to use a clip from one of their videos if I didn't get any scuffs of my own. I also wanted them to last because these are so incredibly comfortable. I love the feel of them, I love the look of them, and I really love this blood core leather. So let's talk about two things up top. SMUGS, it's a weird name. It's actually an acronym. Shoes made using good shit. That's the name of the shoes. That's where that comes from. So that's gonna lead me into the next thing. Why are these $430? That's a big price to pay, especially for a pair of sneakers. But like any product, there is a low end and there's a high end, and these are certainly on the high end. So let's revert back to the name, SMUGS, shoes made using good shit. These are made using premium materials. They're handmade small batches in England. These are also resolable. So you wear out the sole, you can put on a new sole and keep on wearing them. The leather is premium leather, and the blood core is going to scuff up and look pretty awesome once you really start to wear it in and get some of those scuffs. But after a month and a half of testing, I don't have any big scuffs, which I'm surprised. Again, I've been wearing these in some pretty crappy conditions and a lot of rock salt, but they still look pretty good. I mean, a little bit dirty, and I intentionally didn't clean these off or anything or condition them, which I should because of the rock salt, but I wanted you to see what they look like wearing them just about every day. And they still look great. I do have some creasing on the toes from where my foot is bending, but the price point, I think, is very fair for what you're getting, because again, terrible conditions I've been wearing these in, and they still look great. There's no scuffing, there's no wear marks, they fit incredibly comfortable. So let's talk about the fit. I wear an 8.5 on the Brannock. Generally boots, I get an 8.5D. Sneakers, I usually lean to a 9. I got these in a 7.5 UK, which would translate to an 8.5 US. I did back and forth with them, and they recommended I went with the 8.5. I went with it, and these fit me perfectly. So I would recommend, if you're sizing, go with your Brannock size, not your sneaker size, because generally my sneaker size is a half size bigger than my Brannock. These absolutely fit me perfectly. And please keep in mind, UK sizes are generally one whole digit down from US sizes. So these are a UK 7.5, which would be a US 8.5, and they fit me great. Now, I've been wearing these everywhere. I've been wearing them to work. I've been wearing them on the weekend. I've been wearing them going guitar shopping, because I've been doing that again a lot lately. Not even necessarily for myself. I went with a buddy yesterday. Sure, I played a bunch, but he was shopping around for a new 12 string, so I went along for the ride. We hit up a few music shops, had these on, and honestly, I find these shoes to be incredibly comfortable and very, very stylish. But if bloodcore isn't your thing, they are available in 9 different colorways, 8 other than this bloodcore. They are also available in D and EE widths. Again, these are handcrafted in small batches in England using a traditional resolable construction. And if the Smug high top isn't your thing, they are also available in a Smug low top that comes in at $370 USD. Now, I think one of the reasons I like these so much are because they do resemble one of my favorite shoes. I grew up wearing essentially 3 different shoes. A Airwalk Series 1, one of my favorite skate shoes. A Vans Checkerboard Slip-On, one of the most convenient and comfortable shoes. And number 3, Chuck Taylors. So yeah, they look like a Chuck. So they have a classic silhouette to it, something that I absolutely love. But I grew up wearing, if I wasn't skating, I was wearing Chuck Taylors. So I grew up wearing these, and I love the silhouette. I've done high tops, I've done low tops. I prefer the look of the high top. And the Smug just has, to me, that classic look that I grew up wearing and that I still wear in my 40s, because even though it's 40 years later, I still love that classic look. And it came well before me, and I'm sure it's going to be around well after me, is that classic Chuck Taylor look. And I just love the overall silhouette of the shoe. One thing that is very useful on the Smugs is the pull tab, though, because when you're trying to slide your foot in a shoe, sometimes you just might need a little extra leverage to get that shoe on your foot. But all around, these shoes have just been, they've been a winner. They have a classic vintage look to them, something that I've been wearing for probably, I'm 45, so the past 30 roughly years of my life. I think I probably got my first pair of Chucks when I was about 9 or 10 years old, and I've been wearing them ever since. So it has a vintage style to me that is reminiscent of my childhood that I'm still wearing in my 40s. They are incredibly comfortable, made from premium materials, handmade in England, made from a leather that I'm really, as much as I don't want to get them scuffed up, I also really want to get them scuffed up. I want to see them bleed a little bit, but I also want them to last as long as possible, because it's just been such a dream to wear. I've had some other expensive sneakers, and honestly, this is my favorite so far. Out of all the premium sneakers that I've had, the Smugs, the Goral Smugs have been my favorite. They're just perfect, really. They fit great, they look great, they're wearing well. I mean, short of some creasing on the toe, I don't even really have any, maybe a little bit of nicking on the heel, which you probably can't even see. There's a tiny bit of scuffing, like right in here, there, if you kind of catch it in the glare, but I'm pretty sure the other one doesn't have, yeah, my left shoe doesn't have any scuffing at all, really just a little bit of creasing and a little bit of dirt from walking around. Now, I will probably clean these off and condition them, maybe next week, because it's supposed to snow again tomorrow, so I'm not going to clean them, wear them, and then walk around in rock salt again, because the rock salt is really the thing that I want to keep off of these, because that will just break down the leathers, the rock salt. So I probably will clean these and condition them maybe next week after I make sure it's not going to snow anymore. But really, that's the only thing that I will have to do to these, is maybe dust them off and condition them, just because I've been wearing them throughout the winter. It's been pretty rough here. There's been a lot of rock salt, both on the roads, on the sidewalks, in my car, and on my shoes. So I want to keep the leather healthy so it doesn't wear out quicker. But yeah, I think the price point on these, it's well stated. $430 is, I think that's a solid price point you're going to pay for these. They're a great looking shoe, made premium materials, handmade. And I think a big selling point is the fact that they are covering your imports and your duties, so you don't have to pay anything extra on top of the price you're paying, which I hate. I've a couple times, not even for the channel, just buying things, I bought stuff that said import duties were paid, and then I had to pay them anyway, or they were refusing to deliver by package. I think, unfortunately, what's happening is some of these companies are scamming us and saying they're going to pay the import fees just so we buy it, and then they already have our money, and it's just easier for us to pay the extra $25, $30, $40, $50, $60 to get the product than it is to refuse the shipment and then wait for them if they refund our money, if they don't try to blame it on us for some reason. But I did not have to pay an import fee in these. They just came, they got dropped off, and I will say there are other things that I've been sent for review that I have had to pay import fees on, and it's so far I've been paying it through mostly through UPS. I go right through the app and just pay it. You can use credit card, PayPal, and you just pay the fee, and then it's paid, it's gone, it's done, it's over with, and then your package gets delivered. I didn't have any notifications, any fees to pay with these, so they came. All purchase price includes all those fees, so that's a good thing to know as well. But yeah, these things have been great. The exterior of the shoe does have a nice soft and supple feel to it while still being thick and durable, so I think really all around it's a home run of a shoe. Yeah, if you're looking at them, I'd say pick up a pair. I don't think you'll be disappointed. These have been a pleasure to wear, and I'm going to continue to wear these probably until it gets too hot for me to wear a leather shoe, and that's when I will probably transition back into my old Chucks, because canvas is going to breathe for me, at least. I run hot a lot easier in the summer months, but if you don't run as hot as I am, you can wear these year round. These are great. It's, again, was minus 15 with the wind chills, minus 25, and I had these on quite a bit, both in those freezing cold weathers and yesterday when it was nearly 60 degrees, and I was pretty much comfortable. So I think it's going to be a great all-around season shoe for you, especially if you don't have to deal with a lot of rock salt and some freezing or really sub-freezing temperatures for extended periods of time. It's going to be a shoe that you can easily wear year-round, wear them in comfort, wear them in style, and they're just going to look better with age. So if this video helped you just a little bit in your purchasing decisions, so don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Smash that big red button and ring that bell right next to it so you get notifications the next time I post a brand new video. Good night.